Welcome to the big one. This is the big one, the over $100 best Kickstarters or crowdfunding games of 2020 that we cannot wait to get in our gaming room here at Kickstarter Radio 102.4. Yes, we're up in the mountains. This is the perfect location to play games, and these monsters are the biggest of the year for us at the studio. Now, yesterday we covered the best Kickstarters of 2020 for the under $100 category, so please check out that video. Link in the link above. But now, the big 7 of the year, the best Kickstarters of 2020, over $100. Let's go straight to the first one, and it was a big one. Chronicles of Crime, the Millennium series from Lucky Duck Games. You cheeky monkeys, amazing. Now, you might think, hey, this isn't $100. Well, it is. The pledge is this, but there's an add-on. There was an add-on that pushed it over 100 and an add-on that were needed. Because I don't want these separate boxes. I want a big box. I want a big box to put them all in. The big box, when you add it all in, is over $100, so it was $100. Right. Yes. We have the original Chronicles of Crime. We were so excited to see some more coming out of the series and the different time zones based in Paris. And my wife has an obsession with Paris, so she can't wait to play this. And just amazing stuff. Look at all the attention that this game got. Super hype, and yeah, we love stories here. The way it's a great investigation game. I'm sure you're aware of all these games in the Big 7, so we shall see. I want to go down to the pledges just to show how bonkers it went, though. But yeah, totally great. I loved how each era here, each box has a different mechanic. You get the dog in the 1400, you go to 1900, and the mechanic changes a little bit. You're going to be having, it'll show you here. There's like a spin on everything. What's nice about the 2400 one is your player actually has augments that they put on them. You can actually upgrade your character with digital things, and she has a pet, which is a bird, which is it real? We don't know. But yeah, super cool stuff happening. Can't wait to play it, of course. This is a game I definitely want on my shelf. I'm really looking forward to it. And look at the future. I love how these cards look. The art's just drop dead gorgeous, isn't it? And all that stuff. The stretch goals as well were cool as they were pushing out new content for the game and upgrading the components and all that good stuff. And the biggest surprise then was the premium update, which was like the box got upgraded. We got new, new investigations for each of the time zones that you can see here. Just got completely stretched out, each box. And everyone was shouting for a box in the comments, and we finally got it. And there was a big surprise at the end. Come on, there's so much people on this thing. Come on, we're getting down to the level. So here we go, the pledges then. You went for it all, 79. And then here it is, the 109 Collector's Pledge. With the neoprene mat, which if you've been playing this game, you're kind of like, yeah, want a mat. But the collector's box then put another 10 on it as well. So if you went all in on it, which I couldn't wait to do it, because the mat and the bigger box to house it all, this what kind of pushed it above 100. And hands up, you could have got it for less, but this is in my sub 100 category because I couldn't have pledged for this without getting all the stuff. So it sat at the 100, and it joins this list, and easily worthy of being on this mega list of the best of the best. So yeah, great at number 7. Let's check out number next. Now, Frosthaven, is this a bit of a surprise at number 6? Well, there is some monsters above it, I'll tell you that now. But we're $1 pledging on this because we really want to see how much shipping is when we put all the add-ons in. It wasn't clear at the beginning, and if you're in like rest of the world category, you really need to do this just to play it safe, because like for some of these games on this list, if you add coins, just the coins, it adds an atomic bomb to the shipping price, just adding like one add-on of coins. So you need to come in on a $1 pledge just to kind of balance the shipping where it's acceptable with the add-ons you put on, and lots of add-ons were coming for this beauty. Absolute bomb when it hit. Nuclear bomb. I don't think anybody even looked at any videos for this. It was like an instant back for anyone who had Gloomhaven, right? Because one of the reasons we were pledging for this box is because I want, at any time, of any day, of any year, to pull this off my library shelf and play this game. That's why we pledge for these at the studio. You know, it's obviously not a game that is for everybody, but it's a massive game that will go across the whole summer period when the kids are not at school. So this is a great game to do that with, isn't it? To plug over the summers. Or long winter, if you've got a long winter too. So yeah, amazing stuff that was happening. All the mystery boxes, the fact that you're upgrading a city and you're up in the north of Frosthaven, and you know, is there a game that was bigger in its expectation? You know, when everyone heard Frosthaven was coming, it had everybody boiling with excitement. Another giant box from Mr. Childs, and so much stuff happening. I mean, the minimum pledge at 100 just for the box, you know, that's a gimme. So, and just the stuff that was coming. We already have like the Gloomhaven with the extra scenarios, the Forgotten Circles, and the non-stickable packs. But if you want Frosthaven with the non-stickable packs, which of course you'll be getting, and the scenarios for your characters and stuff like that. That stuff you've got to add in. And then there's coins coming in this one now on the add-on. Where are they? I can't believe you've got to pay for this app. Why have you got to pay for the app? But we love the narration of storytelling games, so this is something we had to add on. We're going to be adding all this stuff on. And metal pins, I still don't understand why you go for metal pins. I don't understand why they're $50 for a metal pin. Dear me. The Secret X from Gloomhaven, this thing, yeah, when you're going to need that. But again, it's suspicious when we put these on your add-on, that shipping goes up. But yeah, Gloomhaven, one of my favourite all-time games, sitting proudly on my shelf, and yeah, Frosthaven sitting next to it, of course. And yeah, just these amazing add-ons. There's the coins, and yeah, sitting at number 6. But if you're on this list, you're an amazing game in the sub 100 category, and you're a legend of 2020. And Frosthaven, what a legend you are! And I'll tell you now, it's mega delayed. Mega delayed! All these will be delayed just because the sheer ambition of these titles. Stop rabbiting on and get on with the next one. Here it comes, here comes number next. Freedom 5, the Sentials Comics board game with next generation minis to blow you out of your seat. Oh my god, this game! Now, I don't know what happened. How did we miss pledging for this? We did a video on it. We did a second video on it, and we still missed the pledge. What's going on? So we're waiting for the pledge manager now. When's that coming out? Oh, I can't believe this. I blame the manager at the station that we missed pledging for this, and it really did miss its last mega stretch goal of 1 million, but there's still a lot of good going on here. So Sentinels of the Multiverse is the IP, but it's a board game IP. And you're getting these amazing characters with amazing minis. They're using next generation coloring to do it's like 3D color printing. And all the heroes have amazing powers that tie up mechanically as you go around the board. And so much change was happening during the Kickstarter that it just blew you out. They redesigned the Kickstarter page 3 times during the campaign. And they're even changing the board. The whole board is getting a new art pass. So there's more exciting stuff to look at. I love how it's got a campaign as well. And in the campaign, your heroes will get upgraded. There's going to be some card crafting and, you know, some character growth as you go through the campaign. Mini's looking amazing. And not only that, there's a massive box that's come. So many great levels of pledging. But if you want the all-in, you're looking at the 120. But you know what? If you go down, there's like a painted mini box. And the all-in painted mini box. And then all-in cosmic. Oh my god, the pledge levels. Oh my god, going up to 500, just these levels are going crazy. We don't know what pledge will actually sit on, but we do want the all-in gameplay and the foil cards, which I definitely want as well. The hollow foil cards, the custom dice do look really good, but we need to check out shipping prices when you add them on again, and it is something you've got to juggle when you're pledging. So yeah, it's just an amazing campaign. I loved how the stretch goals were kind of themed up in these own little sections. So much stuff was unlocking just to make the game even more exciting. It was all in all a great project, and the only disappointment was not to pledge it in. So I've got to come in the pledge manager, which sucks because I've got to come back here for the updates, basically. There is that. And yeah, we don't have a comic book game on our shelf, and partly because we try to avoid IPs. And having a board game IP is perfect! Absolutely perfect! And we really can't wait to get this game, and hopefully it will get it in 2021, but who knows with delays and all that stuff. Cosmic Threats then taking the threat to Mars, and really, really, it's good stuff from Richard Launius and the Sadler Brothers. Could not be more excited about this game, and it's on the list because it's amazing. Let's go to the next. Sea of Legends! Oh my goodness me, a swashbuckling narrative board game which blew my socks off due to the sheer amount of content storytelling in this game. Oh, and I'll tell you now, the amount of people working on the campaign is massive. It is absolutely massive. Beautiful board art. You have, we went for the all-in pledge, you can see here, and includes all these extra factions. These are all NPCs factions which are going to be in the stories, and these factions are going to come in at certain story arcs during the massive campaign. It is a hugely choose your own adventure with almost 900 hours of gameplay. 900 hours! I gave it a special soap opera award because, you know, you're going to be going into the bar all the time in the game to find out stuff. The bar lady is going to know who you are. The game kind of remembers the quests that you did in the past, so it will update the text and stuff, how people react to you. And there's a huge kind of role-playing aspect to the app that is being used here. Totally amazing, and all of what got unlocked was just amazing. And I had a bit of a dig at the board, that being a bit small when I did the Kickstarter, but they did knock it out with a neoprene mat and coins, which, when you add them to your pledge, add incredible shipping costs. Oh my god, these are filthy criminals here going for these. And but hopefully where you are, you can add these on for perfect. The mat is a lot bigger than the board, which was my big kind of bugbear about it. The coin's looking great also. And but yeah, it's the fact that you can play this game like a soap opera, played every week to a new style, you know, to pick up the story left off. You're in the same area, you're meeting the same characters, something else is happening in the world though, so it's got that soap opera feel. And there's no real game out there like a soap opera. And this is what enamored me about this game, is that, you know, you're going to be meeting all these characters that you love over the course of the game, and you're going to be getting all these threats that are coming in. And all this amazing stuff. And then the stretch goals, when they came out, was just amazing stuff. So that's kind of what happens when these games explode into a big project. The stretch goals just make the prospects of the game just incredible. And you know, new art, minis coming out, new characters coming out, and just epic stuff going on here. And I've been following the updates, obviously now it's got 60 updates since the campaign. And I'll tell you something, the game, with its estimated delivery of February 2021, that is really accurate, because this game is the only game in the above 100 category that may deliver on its estimated delivery. I can't believe it. They're getting ready to ship this game, and that's kind of blown me away. And if I just show you now the team, and they've got like an army of people on the team. Look at all those writers. Look at all these artists. Oh my god. This is like a AAA team that is very secretive of who they are. But I'll tell you now, Zach Wiseman, you absolutely knocked one out of the park with Sea of Legends. And I know for a fact when it comes out next year, it's going to be in a lot of people's top 10 lists, because there's no game like it where it's like a massive choose your own adventure with, you know, it's just so much in the box, app assisted. And I really cannot wait to add this to my weekly game board collection. And totally solo, totally play it with a friend, drop in, drop out, just incredible stuff. I love you, Sea of Legends. I love you, and I can't wait to sit down for those hours it takes for me to sleeve it all up. As simple as that. Sea of Legends, we love you. And we cannot wait. Let's jump into the next one. Oh my goodness, this list. So many legends. Now we're hopping over to Game Phone for this one. ISS Vanguard at number 3. Partly because we've not fully seen how big the project is going to get yet, and it could easily go up in the rankings. But at the minute it's sitting at number 3, and it's very pretty at number 3. And we recently did a video on ISS Vanguard, and we are gushing for this. It just looks tremendous, and a massive campaign story game with again exploration, and I'm sure you know of it. If you want to know more about this, we did a video this week, so it's not like we didn't talk about this recently, so I don't want to labor how much we like this game at this point, other than it's definitely in our top list for 2020, and of course it's been waiting for this all year, and it's only at number 3 because we don't know what's coming yet. There could be more coming in the campaign. We've 18 days left from today of the video, And yes, broke the 2 million mark. It can only get bigger. So, is there any Kickstarters that we feel were bigger than ISS Vanguard? Let's find out. It's been one hell of a list so far. So let's see what we think. Stars of Arceus? Huh? Yeah, it changed its name. After the campaign finished, it changed its name. It changed its name. It was formerly Starlight. Starlight is what you might remember this as, but now Stars of Arceus, and let's talk about this. It's different than ISS Vanguard in many ways. One of them is this has space combat, so it's kind of been massively influenced by the X-Wing series, and so it has its own kind of grid in space where you're going to be fighting out and using your ship and its special abilities and stuff like that, and it gives you a good reason to upgrade your ship because you are going to be using it in combat. Now, similar to ISS Vanguard though, you can go down onto planets and there is going to be some exploration. But the planets is going to be a little bit like Star Trek. The combat is mainly based in space. So combat on space, exploration when you go down in the ground, and a huge campaign with an endgame raid system, which sounds fantastic. The only other game with a raid system in it that I've heard of is Tainted Grail. That has a great raid system for kind of the end game. We do love this. And a huge storyline as you go through it, with replayable campaign, as the storyline will bend and change based on your choices. So branching storylines is a campaign. In the campaign with quick save, over 50 hours campaign, and yes. Now $75 for the core box, still has Starlight down here. Yeah, they couldn't change their Kickstarter page after. $75, yes, but it got $100 because of the minis, just to get rid of those standees. But some beautiful comic arts for the heroes with some great minis. A role-playing progressional pad that you're writing down things that are happening. And we need to really go down. But basically a ton of cards for enemies, tons of modified cards for combat, lots of item cards, technology cards, weapon upgrades, 70 plus upgrades to your weapons and engines, world exploration cards as it's using a 7th continent tile of exploration when you go down on the planets, and you are going to be exploring space itself. So yeah, really, really cool game, mega excited for it. And I think one of the things I'm really excited about is the space combat aspect, because we don't really have a space combat game, and using the X-Wing system to really push its combat is really exciting and gives it more of a role play of upgrading the ship for combat. So it's kind of X-Wing with a big storyline and a big foundation of a ship that you can build on during the whole campaign and become like a monster ship and then throw it at the raid content. Oh, it sounds so good. With a slice of exploration down on planets, and that was kind of what was getting stretched, was more exploration cards and good stuff like that. It's kind of not as big as ISS Vanguard, but in the same way, if you play an ISS Vanguard but you get that itch for some space combat, you pull out you pull out so I'm going to call it Starlight. You pull out Starlight and you can continue the campaign of Starlight with a campaign fighting in space. And I think playing ISS Vanguard and Starlight in 1 week back to back, I think that's an interesting proposition for us at the station here, and I absolutely cannot wait for it. So yeah, it was early on in the year, and shame it had to change its name, but there's just so much getting pushed on this. It's growing into a much bigger thing, And when it finally comes out, we can't wait to get it to the table. Just an amazing Kickstarter, and it just blew us away just how cool the space combat was, and the RPG of upgrading your ship like a character really stands up there with ISS Vanguard. But it sits at my number 2. So what is the big number 1 of the year? Here it is, peeps. My number 1 best Kickstarter game of 2020 in the over $100 category. Vampire the Masquerade Chapters. Oh my God, this game's so exciting. A thrilling co-op adventure. Yes, with branching storylines and replayability, because each character you pick has their own storyline in this game, coming from a great indie team, Flyos in Canada. And we need to go into the campaign and have a look at this. Ah, the Nosferatu, so scary. Yes. Now, we're talking about a campaign game that's based in modern day, because the Vampire the Masquerade, the new upgrade to its RPG system, is to put it in modern times, which includes computers, cell phones, and all that kind of new technology, the internet world and all that stuff. Amazing minis here, crafted in the vampire style. I love this, with some interesting crossovers of Bloodlines 2, which is a video game which has been delayed big time. Still not out. Still not out. Also, a big surprise during the campaign is one of my favourite designers, Jonathan Gilmour, of the 2 games on our collection that we have from him, Dinosaur Island and The Wasteland. Oh, what's it called? I always forget the name of this one. The Pick Up and Deliver game. Editor, can you please put that Pick Up and Deliver game? I always forget it. I'm terrible with names. But what makes it interesting is the artwork on the tiles is kind of next step art when it comes to like Mansions of Madness. The art is like a step above. And I love how the scenario plays out, how it can change depending on what you decide to do. It feels like a role-playing game, absolutely. A ton of item cards, loads of different skill cards, a mystery reader so you don't spoil things in the storybook. I love that. A sand timer where you are under the timer to make a decision. You know, you've got like 30 seconds to decide what you're going to do here. Like, it adds this kind of pressure to the story. Very, very cool. Loads of mystery envelopes, and the components are really cool. The minis are looking great. They've got a great painted option, which pushes it up, pushes that pledge up. You've got this character sheet where you're going to be writing all your upgrades through the game. Has that kind of D&D feel to it, but of course, it's Vampire the Masquerade. Great character boards with great hero art, space for your piece of paper on, all going to play differently, playing to different strengths, and I'm loving it. And in the updates, we're slowly getting updated art and updated minis and examples of how the combat is changing and how the mechanics are changing as it's got more guest designers that have come onto the team, because it's just an absolute massive team. And yeah, so there you go. Just pledge levels. I mean, look at those painted minis. They look epic. And, you know, we're potentially going to upgrade our pledge to get these. You'll see it as an add-on. I think we may have already done it. We may have upgraded this. $38 to paint those minis. It is kind of real world, so you want it in like the modern age, and I'm pretty sure we put this on in the pledge manager pretty sure we pimped out this, as it's our favourite game of the year. And we couldn't be more thrilled. Love the stretch goals as well, as it was changing things, but it was just the project was becoming so big, and it went way over $1 million, and that's when you know the team could actually go, hang on, we've made so much money here, let's see what we can do with the money. And they hired on some amazing writers on the team, some more artists, and again, designer Jonathan Gilmour, who must be a massive vampire fan, to come onto the team. So amazing art, though. And you know, we don't enjoy IPs. We don't have IP board games in our collection. We love the fact that board games write their own IPs, and this is something we're jumping on as what we're calling our first IP game, even though it's not strictly an IP. It's Chapters, isn't it? Of course, it's in the Vampire Masquerade world, but Chapters is its own thing entirely. So, wow, please check out the content. Check out our original video on it as well, as we covered it in more depth. And this is going to be play to death when we get it. We just cannot wait to roleplay a vampire and go through a branching storyline game and experience one hell of an amazing game where the world reacts to what you're doing. If you let people get away, then the fact, you know, you're supposed to be underground in Montreal, and you might get more NPCs coming looking for you because, you know, you're getting reported in the world, so cool stuff like that. And also, when you use your special abilities, you're using like vampire strength, and you can eventually hit a threshold where you instantly bite somebody. You lose control, the inner beast comes out, and you just bite an NPC in the neck. And if people see that and run away, it's kind of, oh shit. So there's like some amazing stuff here where you've got to manage your vampire and potentially bite somebody knowing there's nobody there that could meet them. So it's got some really cool vampire stuff happening. And certainly there's no game like it. No game like it. And on this list of 7, and even the sub 100 games, all 15 collectively, these have made 2020 an amazing Kickstarter and crowdfunding year for 2020. And we can't wait to get them all on our shelves and play them here at the station. What an amazing year, what games, and oh dear me. I'm telling you, good times. Can 2021 even come close to 2020? We'll just have to wait and see. But it'll be next December when we do our best of the year. But I hope you've enjoyed the best of 2020. I hope you've seen both videos. If you've not, please check out our other video too. And I wish you a Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year. I really do. And please, in the comments, tell me what your top list is for over $100 board games on Kickstarter or crowdfunding indeed. And thank you for watching. You've been listening to Kickstarter Radio 102. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. It's been a great year. We can't wait for 2021. And yes, thank you so much. You take care, stay safe, bye-bye, and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.